Hello, and welcome back to Female Voices, Life and Loss. And guess what? It's the two of us today. So I'm Teresa Reiniger,
Yes.
joined with Wayna. We're both here, and we thought we would come on and share our thoughts from the first full year of podcasting together as co-hosts since that launched I
Mhm.
guess it's been a year ago.
Yeah.
So it's been good. We've learned, we've grown. Our guests
A
have learned
season.
and grown. We have. So I don't know. It's been I'll just start off. It's
Okay.
been a pleasure. Different for me for sure,
Mhm.
having a co-host since the prior 4.5 years. I did
Mhm.
not have a co-host, so just leaning into that
Mhm.
and three people on at the same time sometimes and figuring out who's talking, who's not talking, talking over people.
I
Our
do that.
poor
Yeah.
person that's editing our podcast is like, oh my gosh, like you guys are over the top of each other. So
Sorry,
but it's
Donna.
fun. We have had a great time. I love that
Yes. So mu
bringing us together has been, my
hmm.
word, if I needed to describe it, would be fun.
Fun. I've had a lot of fun with Teresa, and I haven't been on as much as I should. So I was teasing Teresa before this started, and I said she had half of a co-host, half of a co-host for half of a year. So,
Yeah,
so
you
this is my pitch to everybody. I'm going to be more intentional about hanging out with my bestie, Teresa.
uh,
Okay, we're
all
gonna do
right,
it. We're gonna plan some things this year. I
all
think we
right.
need to move it. Yeah, pop-ups. Those are things that I'm thinking about. Like we could do little pop-up
Oh,
sessions at different places. That would be fun. Just
ooh,
a thought.
okay.
The wheels are turning.
I need to write because the wheels are turning. I need to take some notes. Pop up. So we're just gonna take it on the road and go places and
Yeah, that
do.
could be fun.
Oh,
Yeah. We gotta think about it more. It's some exploring needed, some
okay,
brainstorming.
okay. I'm
But it
writing
could
this
be
down.
fun. Cause just think about it,
Okay.
Teresa, when we were at the Rich Mama's Mixer. Now, Teresa, I have to
Yeah.
say this for everybody, she's amazing. She was the
Okay.
only Caucasian person in that room of about 30 people or more, maybe 50. I can't remember how many was there. But she wasn't phased at all. She was just like, "Hey,
No.
what do you do? What do you do? This is what I do. Tell me more. Tell me more." So she's just
Yeah.
very engaged. And that's the kind of person you want to take. So Teresa is like my
Yeah.
bestie Shannon. I could take her to any room. It don't matter what it is. She gets along with people and she meets people and she has a blast. So those are my
Yeah.
people. So I want to say, Teresa,
Yeah.
thank you.
Aw, thank you. It was fun going to that, and
Mm-hmm.
um, that doesn't faze me. I could say maybe years ago that might have, but not really. I think
Mm-hmm.
I've shared this early on at the beginning of 2025
Mm-hmm.
that I grew up, um, or I went to high school and grade school with all sorts of people.
Mm-hmm.
Had Black, white, Caucasian.
Mm-hmm.
We had a mix. And
Mm-hmm.
so I don't even, when I go into a room, I might notice that, like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I stand out here,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But that's about it. I mean, people are people. And
Who was the one you went to school with? Who was the one? East St. Louis. Y'all both went to the same school.
I
I
don't
can't think of I
remember
can see her
anymore.
face, but I can't think of her name. She
I
wrote
don't
the
remember.
book Life Coach.
Hmm.
Yeah. So you guys
I,
ended up going to the same school over there in East St. Louis. So very
yeah.
interesting. So I
Yeah.
dropped East St. Louis down just to give Teresa more street cred.
Well, I
Because
went
we
to,
all know,
yeah.
people got the ideas about East St. Louis. I actually love East St. Louis. I got family over there.
Oh,
But
yeah, there's some
so interesting.
beautiful, like every city, there is so
Mhm.
much
Good and bad.
beautiful things in East St. Louis, beautiful parts of East St. Louis, yeah. And I grew
Mhm.
up in East St. Louis and I went to high school in East St. Louis, which is now a prison. And of course the joke is it was a prison when we were there too. But
You're like, "Maybe?"
and it has brought me, really helped me be where I am today. And I really am curious when I talk to people. So whatever room I'm in, I'm curious and want to talk, and which is kind of crazy because really I'm an
What part?
introvert. I'm an
Since when?
introvert, but I'm a very curious introvert.
I don't know if those go together. We gonna do your Myers-Briggs and see what you are.
I am.
See what that shakes out. What are your initials?
You've not seen me be curious with 5 or 6 people around me,
No. But I'm kind of that person too, though.
but
I'm
you have
one-on-one.
seen me curious and ask lots of questions one-on-one.
Yeah, I think I'm similar. I'm
Yeah.
one-on-one. I love just to communicate and you can get more, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, and just being totally present. When there's so many people, it's like the
Yes.
conversation's all over, and that kinda I get
Yeah.
lost in that. I get totally
Sometimes people
lost.
be performing too. That's what I don't like it like. Cause people be performing in something. It's 5 or 6 people. It's always one that's trying to do too much. And I'm like, girl,
Mhm.
pipe down. So that's
Mhm.
been my
Mhm.
experience. There's always one that's just going a little harder than needed be. Performance.
Mhm.
Performance would
Well,
be
and
the
that's
word.
interesting that you say that because
Mhm.
I find that and I experience that whenever I'm in, like, a grief support group.
Mhm.
And that's why I'm not a huge advocate, I guess,
Mhm.
maybe
Mhm.
so, for grief support group because there's
Mhm.
one person or 2 people that take over the whole conversation and people there are to heal, and everyone's not
Mhm.
necessarily experiencing that healing, and that's really why I do the grief recovery program because in that we
Mhm.
break up into 2 or 3 people instead of the large group. So, you're
Well, you can
right
do
with
it in
saying that.
both. Yeah, you can do it with both, though. We've done it in our grief groups where we still broke out
Yeah.
into we did breakout sessions and stuff. So you can do both, but I just that's just been my experience.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
rarely been a time where there's 5 or 6 people and everybody's having a blast and
yeah.
feeling
No,
validated and
no,
all of that.
no, no.
I don't feel like I do it sometimes though, especially at the galas when it's a table of people that I don't know. I'm like you. I'm very curious because I'm not gonna sit here
In
quietly and stroll on my
silence.
phone. I could have stayed at home if I got to stroll on my phone. I want a fellowship. I want to
Yeah,
talk. That's
yeah.
my
Well,
thing.
that feels very uncomfortable with everyone just sitting there kinda on their phone or just in
No, I
silence.
start
I
bothering
I
people. I just
I
start
can't
bothering them.
I
I'm
can't
like,
do
hey,
that.
girl, hey, love that outfit. Where'd you get it?
Yeah, that's awesome.
But let's
And
move
I'll
on.
say,
Okay.
yeah, let's go back to the
Because
podcast.
I'll just do it all
That
day.
that's kinda like well, this kinda relates a little bit to us when there's 3 of us and our
Hmm.
thoughts and wheels are turning,
True.
but we are definitely honing in on that. So, as you continue to listen to us over 2026, you might see a shift in that a little bit, where we're
I'm gonna try.
more
I'll say that.
consciously aware that the other person is speaking maybe.
Aware.
So,
Hold it in.
that's
Hold it
been
in.
fun though. That's been a good for
Well,
me.
let me ask, what's the difference though when doing it by yourself? You said 4.5 years, and then doing
Mhm.
it with someone else. How's that been for you? How'd you feel?
Well, it is a lot easier and a lot more
Mm.
comfortable doing a podcast with somebody else because it's conversational.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
when I did the podcast for 4.5 years, I might have a guest, but there are many, many times that it was just me
Oh, I hate that.
sharing, educating, on
Yeah.
something. And I do love to do that. And I would say doing that on a podcast wasn't my comfort. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
I did it and I
Mhm.
enjoyed what I did, but the comfort is just not the same as
Yeah.
having a conversation with someone. So that's made a huge difference. Over the last year, I've not done any podcasting solo by myself.
Yeah.
So that's been a big shift. They've all been conversations. So
Yeah. I
that's been
dislike
good.
doing things by myself. That's why the reels are so hard because I'm just like, I need a banter. I need somebody to go back and forth with me and laugh and joke and say that's crazy or something. Give me some feedback. So that's how those are kind of like,
So
ugh, I hate them.
let's talk more about the reels that Donna is putting out there. We're getting some watches and listens to and
Mm-hmm.
whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and so you'll see a shift in that over 2026 because
Well,
Wayna does not like doing it. Just so you
I
all
hate them.
know.
I hate them so much. I do. I hate them so much. But, I have so many friends that'll call me and be like, "Girl, you're hilarious. I love your banter. I love you and Teresa. You're dynamic." And I was like, "Did you like the page?" And they're like, no, I just saw the reels." And I was like, "I need you to
Me
help. I need you to like the page. I need you to share it. Like, you
people
don't gotta follow us, but at least like it if you saw it. Help a player out,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. I don't think people don't realize how
I nee I need the
things
data.
get
I need the data.
seen more is if you like it, share it, follow, subscribe. You gotta do all those things to, like, you
Please.
help a girl out,
Please and thank you. Please
help
and thank
some
you.
amazing women out.
Please and thank you. And, we would love to have you on as well
Oh my
if you got a
gosh.
spicy story to share with us. Love it. Or some helpful
Yeah.
tips.
Yeah. We are definitely planning right now for 2026. So I'm glad that you said that
Mhm.
because we
Yes, yes.
are, if you're a person that has a story, some insight, reach out. We would
See?
love to chat with you. And I'll preface it with this. We
Mhm.
always, always have brand new people that have never done a podcast, which is probably 95% of our guests.
That's real.
And before we hit record, they will say, "Oh, I'm kind of nervous about this." And if you listened at all, you don't hear that
Mm-mm.
because once we get rolling,
Yes.
it's a
We have a blast.
conversation. Yeah, so don't worry about those nerves. We'll help you with that for sure. The important thing
Mhm.
is that we have you on to share your story because we do know that powerful. Your story is powerful.
True. But thinking about recapping
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and, what episode of story stayed with me. I know
Yeah.
Dr. Pam definitely stayed with me.
Mm,
Just, their reality about burnout and just taking care of
yeah.
yourself and more self care. And then the other lady, what's the lady me and her were just talking nonstop about? She a life coach and her husband, they, had cheated for years and they got back together.
What's that, Laura?
Lauren or Laura?
I
Okay,
think it was
yeah, that's
Laura.
my girl.
Yeah.
Her and the lady
Yeah.
that with the holistic mushrooms. Them two, we could go all day. We could go all day. She hasn't come out yet. I don't believe it's coming. I believe. I don't think she's been out yet.
That might be next week.
Okay,
I
it's
don't
coming. It's
know.
coming.
It's
You'll have a treat.
coming. It's
Yeah,
coming. So yeah, she's from, where is she from again?
I can't pronounce it, so I'm not gonna try.
She
There were
is
3 different things we talked about.
she's an international guest that you will
Yes.
hear coming up.
Argentina? Was it Argentina?
No, no,
Dang,
no, it wasn't.
I don't know.
Was
I
she
don't know
born
it.
in,
But I
was
got to
she born
circle. I got to.
in Kenya? Was she born in Kenya? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
and then
Oh, our
moved
memories. Yeah,
Australia, and then Australia. Then she moved, and then yeah, it's a whole thing.
Austria.
Me and her got to link
Yeah.
up. So I was telling Brittany about us being international, and
Yeah.
with Donna, and I was like, me and Teresa need to go to the Philippines. I got to get Teresa on a travel club, so me and her can go travel. We can meet Lady in where
If
is
we
she at again? Dang it, forgot
in
Australia.
on
I think that's where
Austria?
she.
Austria.
Austria. Okay, we could go visit her. We could visit Donna. We could just make some, once we
Oh,
get this thing
yeah.
monetized, it'll free
Yeah.
up, some
Yeah.
things so we
Yeah.
can really get on the road. And we going to be outside, y'all. We trying to
Yeah.
be outside.
I wanna go to Romania because my nephew is
Okay.
playing basketball there right now.
Oh, God.
There's
Let's do
plenty of
it. We
places.
got to talk. Yeah, we got to talk.
There's plenty of places we could travel. So,
Yes, at least once a year. At least once.
more we're looking for more international guests as well. Would love
Yeah.
to. I love talking to them and getting their what's what I love about that is
Mm-hmm.
especially when we talk about grief,
Mm-hmm.
it's the same.
Yeah. 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 It's a
It's the
human
same.
experience.
Yeah. So you think, and there's some culture differences. There's no doubt about that,
Oh, definitely.
but it's the same.
You know what, Teresa? I got this idea though. From of
Mhm.
course from hanging out with Brittany and the rich mamas
Yeah.
traveling. And the I did a bourgeois picture with me and my husband, right? This lady does bourgeois
Whoa.
pictures. Yeah,
Whoa.
I know. It was
I
interesting.
guess we're never gonna see those.
No man. Uh, unless I'm trying to start an all fans club or something. But the lady who does the portraits took her portrait company on tour. So they went to like Maui and all these different things and just took
Oh,
all these pictures. It looked amazing. I'm
wow.
gonna send it to you, but it was so cute. It was so stinking cute. And I was like, wait a minute, me and Teresa need to get up on some of this. We can be international.
Yeah, well, maybe you talked about pop up on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we need to figure out some
That
states
could be fun.
first.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do
Okay.
a few states this year,
Okay.
and find some places where we can go and record a couple episodes. Yeah.
Connected with, our rich mamas and our mama bees over in
Yeah.
Boston. So we might have to tag team with some people,
Yeah. I love
It could be
that.
fun. It could be a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
So
I
what
would
else we
say,
talking about? Okay, go
well,
ahead,
I
say
was
it.
just going to say there's been so many amazing guests this year
Mm,
that have shared just some heart wrenching stories.
so
Um,
true.
but then so many too that have just helped support the listeners. So,
Mhm,
like I remember, like Cindy Richardson, who is a life
mhm,
coach, that's giving so
mhm,
much wisdom to those that are grieving. She had went through a divorce. We've had
mhm,
multiples of people that have gone through divorce or really rocky relationships this year.
mhm,
We've had people that
mhm.
have lost children, lots of those. Most
Bless you.
recently, yeah, we've had a gal on that had a disability and just the grief that she experienced with all of that. And then
Mhm,
I remember Kimberly Berkeley, gosh, that's probably
mhm.
been 6 months ago, where both of her boys are on the spectrum and just grieving a
Mm,
life that she thought she'd have. So
so true.
it's been um, eye opening, really.
Yeah.
But all of them women just, touch my heart so much.
I was trying to think of what we didn't cover. Is there a topic that women
Mm.
experience that we have not really gave space around? Things that come to mind, or kind of people weight loss journey, or health medical conditions that change your life dramatically. I feel like we had
Oh.
one lady here that talked a little bit about that, but just there's some other things that we as women that we deal with that we don't
Mm.
really we don't take space and time around.
Yeah, what popped in my head when you said that is
Mm.
really because I'm hearing this from many people is putting their parents into assisted living and
Oh my
nursing
god, that was
homes
on my mind too, girl. See
and
how we do it?
clean out their stuff, and how that's so hard for you. And there's a grief within
Yes.
that. There's loss within that. Now
Yeah, yeah.
roles are reversing for you as
Oh my god. Taking
children.
care of your parents is like a new toddler. And
Yeah.
it's one that talks back nonstop because they're like, you can't tell me to do X, Y, and Z. Example,
Mm.
you're gonna laugh. So I'm doing this for commentary. But my grandma, right? Bless her. My mother's mother. I call her Shorty because she came up to my shoulder. I would say that far away where she couldn't get to me real quick. But her head came to my shoulder. I'm not that tall. I'm 5'6".
Uh-huh.
I'm not that tall. But so I live my grandmother is a smoker. And so I'm like, grandma, I'm trying to ease it in, right? Because I would take her shopping every Saturday. My God, it was like I was working two jobs. Every Saturday from 8 to 5. We had to be at the bank by 8. It was a whole thing. Every Saturday for 8 hours. Jesus, Jesus. Because she didn't drive. So
Sure.
that was her only time to get out. But so she gets in the
Yeah.
car and I'm like, Grandma, I really don't want you smoking in my car, right? Can you not smoke it? I didn't say that. I said it real nicely. Like, can you not smoke in my car? I just, I got the baby. Do you know? She's so disrespectful. She has a cigarette. She blows it in my face. And she calls me a little heifer. She was like, little heifer, I wasn't going to smoke in your car, but now I am. And she blows the smoke in my
Oh my goodness. Oh my
I was
goodness.
like, guess that's what we're doing today. All right.
Oh my
That
goodness.
was easier than a backhand.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, and it's interesting as well, and women, I've talked about this with my girlfriends, and there's a couple of them that I kind of have a pack with. Like, if
Mhm.
I ever get like that, just smack me. Like, we're going to just smack each other. Like, we've all
I
experienced
couldn't.
those older women that, yeah, they just
They're
whatever.
crazy. It's
They don't care
crazy.
what comes out of their mouth. They're old enough and they can say whatever they want to say. That's how they feel. And so I'm like, oh no, 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 no.
No, no, no. She was definitely
That's
one of those
hurtful.
people. I love it though. Cause my mom did have to deal with putting her in a home, and it was very traumatic for my
That's
mom
hard.
and for myself
That's
because I
hard.
couldn't help my mom, and she wanted me to help, but I was like, I can't. I,
Yeah.
I just couldn't.
Yeah.
But my grandma got in a nursing home and was like, okay, just put me in a room with a man. So you go and visit her at the nursing home. She has her leg out up under her to
Oh
catch
my goodness.
anybody walking by. She's like, hey, I'm just letting them know. I was like, letting them know what, ma'am?
Oh
What
my
are you
goodness.
letting? What are you doing?
She's available.
So I'm gonna be that kind of spicy old lady if the Lord
Oh
allowed me to
my
live that long to
goodness.
85,
Oh
you
my
know?
goodness. Well, we could go
But yeah.
down, and I think that reminds me of Annie Eads coming on and talking about um, assisted living, home care,
Mm.
all of that.
Mhm.
That was a great episode too. So much education there, and it's interesting because
Mhm.
I'll just say I won't call her out or anything out. A family member that works at a nursing home, and do you
Mhm.
know? This is what I heard her say that if like your spicy grandma got with a gentleman, they could be fined for that because that happened in
Mhm.
their facility. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my thought is let them go.
Have
Like
fun.
what's it gonna hurt?
Oh my god! Oh my god! That made me think of this show. I'm sure you haven't seen it though. It's this show
No.
on Prime. And the lady goes, the husband's wife goes to she goes to the nursing home and she has like a happy hour. She brings like a margarita machine, gets them all saucy, they're playing games. Then she took them
Oh
to the casino and she gave them all money.
my goodness.
What?
My
So she was
goodness.
just like they're old and they want to. It was so
Enjoy
cute
life.
though. It
Enjoy
was so
life.
cute.
Enjoy life as
Yes.
long as you're living. That's what I say to
Yes.
that. Good
I am
for
with
them.
you. Okay, we
Good
went
for
down the
them.
rabbit hole though.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that would be something more we could talk about, more with a guest that we could talk about because we just talked about it. It brought some laughs. That's what we love to do
Of
is bring laughs
course.
to our episodes
Yes.
because we talk about some heavy stuff.
Yes,
And I guess I
ma'am.
love that because we do talk about heavy stuff, but there can
Mhm.
always be fun and laughter, um,
But when
kind
you
of
talked
linked
about
in some way there.
I think anybody who meets with me with coaching or therapy knows there's gonna be sarcasm and laughter in there.
Yeah.
But just like you
Yeah.
said, because our jobs are so heavy, you're a grief
Yeah.
coach, I'm a grief coach, it's heavy. We gotta find something to lighten the mood, to
Yeah.
lift us up, and to give our clients some hope,
Yeah.
that it won't
Yeah.
always look like this.
Yeah. 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 And we still, even the two of us, have heavy days and heavy moments. There's
Definitely,
no doubt
definitely.
about that, but we do
I
enjoy
don't know. I'm trying
life
to
as
think.
well.
I feel like Teresa. I feel like you and your husband you guys been together so long. You're probably like siblings. Just like God. I know I'm like the back of my hand. We've been together. So like
Pretty much.
gosh.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know the
Sometimes
thought
we
that you were
can.
gonna say before you said it.
Yeah, 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 that happens. That happens.
Yeah. So
He'll come
funny.
in from
Mhm.
work and I'll answer whatever question he's already ready to throw out at me. Well, because we kind of know what's on each other's plate and what's coming that night or that
Oh,
day
that's
or that
sweet.
weekend or whatever. So,
Intentional and
um,
in tune is what I hear.
yeah, yeah,
That is beautiful. My husband is trying to get there though, but his brain and mind just man,
yeah,
we ain't there yet. But he trying. He is trying. He
yeah,
tries. Bless
yeah.
him.
The only time that really is a struggle for me, and
Mhm.
I'll share it here because why not? This is where we share things.
Yeah,
Is
that's what I do.
when I have a lot going on and my stress
Mhm.
level is really high,
Okay.
my patient level
Preach.
is low, and he'll
Mhm.
wanna come in and share all the things, and I'm like in my head, I'm like, "I don't have time. I don't have time to listen to what all I need to get this done. I'm busy. I need to get this done." So when I have a lot going on, which is happening right now in my life, like yesterday when he walked into my office and started,
Mhm.
I'm like, I kind of like had to roll my eyes, like not at him, but just like roll my eyes, take a deep breath, take a breath, take your hands off of the keyboard. Now turn towards him, talking myself through all of that, which
That
is
is
things
great.
that we do, which is things that we do with our clients. you know, like,
Yeah, but you
take a
but
pause,
you
take a pause.
yeah, you took it. Mine wouldn't have went that way, I'm just gonna say. Cause my husband, it's so funny because this is all new for him, so he's not used to me being, like, so busy. So he is like,
Uh-huh.
"When are you gonna be done with this stuff?" I said, "Oh,
Yeah.
my job? My job?" He
Yeah.
said then
Yeah.
he caught himself, he said, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I will leave you be, I will back out, you come find me when you when you're ready." That's
Yeah.
new, and that's progress.
That's amazing. Figuring it out takes time. There's no doubt about that.
It's the Lord.
So
It's the Lord.
what else did we kinda touch on, or what did you as being, a co-host and doing a podcast now for an entire year,
Yeah, my bonus daughter kicked me to the curb.
what
Thanks, Riley.
what have you learned? What have you taken
Hmm.
from all of this?
Well, let's think. That's a deep one.
Yeah.
So it's been super fun doing the
Mhm.
podcast because I was doing it with my stepdaughter. Just to try to get to know each other. She was
Uh-huh,
in middle school and things like that, but,
uh-huh.
she got too cool for me, darn it. Kicked to the curve, but it's just a lot of fun just talking to someone, learning different
Yeah,
things. I am a person who loves to learn new things, so
yeah.
anyone that could teach me things, give me a different perspective is always, always amazing. And just the whole experience, I don't know if you guys know, Teresa is very particular. She is a business owner and she does things in a certain way. It is so stinking cute. Here I am shooting from the hip, and she's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold on, we got to do A, B, and C." So she keeps me grounded, guys, and, but it's been a lot of fun just meeting the guests, doing some of our networking events that we've been to together. It's just been so I'm just excited about where this can go with me, you, and
Mhm.
Donna that we hope to, hopefully film with her at some
Oh, we
point
need
in the
to
near
do
future, a year or
that.
2.
Yeah,
But yeah, so I'm just
yeah.
excited where it can go. I know the message is being received. People are liking what they're hearing. We
Mhm,
just got to get it
mhm.
in front of more people. So that's where we need you all from. If
Yeah,
you hear anything here that resonates, please share. Like and share.
yeah. Yeah. I would say one thing while you were talking about that I
Mhm.
wanted to share was that many, many times with guests, they'll say something that really resonates with me. And even though I've been doing what I'm doing for a long time,
Mhm.
when people share something they're doing, something they've experienced with their grief or other things, that
Mhm.
those, I will say, come on as tools for me
Mhm.
to support and help someone else.
Mhm.
Because I
Mhm.
have knowledge, I have things in place, but sometimes
Mhm.
something new is shared with me. I'm like, I've never heard that, but I really like that. And I love that I can gain so much. I feel many, many times I
Mhm.
get just as much knowledge from our guests as
Mhm.
maybe they gain knowledge from me, but just I love, learning from them, and like
Mhm.
you were
Yeah.
saying, just all the learning from the guest
Mhm.
and just
Mhm.
learning different things to support me and to also
Mhm.
help me support other people is
Mhm. Aw, so
is
sweet.
amazing. Yeah, I love that part of
Beautifully
it.
said, too beautifully said.
I love that.
It's been a lot of fun. I think I'm getting just more comfortable, not necessarily talking about podcasting, but just comfortable in general with this season of life, becoming a therapist, financial coach, grief coach, yada, yada, yada. I think I'm just more comfortable in my own voice, in my own skin. Like, I don't have to do what this person's doing or that person's doing. I can just do this is Wayna. This is who I am,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, well, I think when people come in as a business person, they see other
Hmm.
people doing kind of the same thing and they're like, "Oh, I got to do that." And, "Oh, I got to do that." And, "No, maybe I should try to do that." And I think you get to a point where it's like you're just saying, "No, I need to do me."
No, and you
That
know who it
might work
was?
out for me, but I need to do me.
It was my therapist, though. She's like,
Yes?
"Luana, there's room for everybody." You don't
Yeah.
have to be this way or that way, just lean into what you know, lean into your gut. You have intuition. Just lean into that. You'll be just fine. So
Yeah.
that's what I did. It's
Yeah.
been working out, it's been working
Yeah.
out.
Well, I've seen a lot more confidence in you for sure in the past year when we're on the
Mhm.
podcast. Um,
Mhm.
Sitting up, being engaged, not half a Wayna on
Oh, I
the
probably just didn't
screen.
know how that looked. I didn't know that. That had nothing to do with self-esteem. I was like, "Oh, I
I
need to
think,
show the whole thing? Oh, okay."
yeah, no, just like your reels,
Uh-huh.
and stuff
Oh,
like
I
that
just
we
didn't know
talk about.
how. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but
And I still hate them. I still don't know how. I'm just gonna tell everybody now. I still don't know how.
you're
It
doing it.
is a it's a muscle that I'm developing.
Yeah, yeah, and it can
Uh,
be learned. There's no doubt about that.
yeah, but I just like being
Yeah.
authentic. This is me, see me, love me. Sorry. Love you
So
guys. Try my
anything
best.
anything else over the past year that we should reflect on that kind of stood out to you?
Not a whole lot. Go
I
ahead.
loved going back to the very beginning of last year when we did multiple episodes together,
Getting to
just
know each other.
sharing and really getting to know each other because we
Uh-huh.
didn't know each other. Those
Okay.
episodes fun.
Yeah, I got a
So
lot of feedback off of those.
that was a lot of fun. And like you said before, we are very different, but
Mhm.
there's many things that are very similar with us. Our caring
Yeah.
hearts and what we do, but then your upbringing, my upbringing, your marriages,
Yeah.
my marriage, like all of
Mhm.
that is so different that again, what I have learned that helps me with people from what
Mhm.
I've learned from you to help me understand other people has been
Mhm.
tremendous.
Yeah.
So, but those episodes
Yeah.
were so fun.
Yeah, they were. And I'm thinking about that. And that's kind of the words that you just said is something kind of I shared at this I went to a fragrance exchange type thing. And we got into this whole thing about women just share people sharing your business, things like that. And I'm like, I could care less somebody share my business. It's nothing new. Nothing's new going on in my life that hasn't went on in
Yeah.
another person's life or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But what I did share with the ladies is that your story is powerful. So when you open up to other women about your distress, that helps them know they're not alone. I was like,
That's
you guys don't
right.
understand the impact of just telling somebody where it hurts, what's going on, how life feels right
Mhm.
now. It just
Mhm.
there's so much healing in those spaces. And
Yes, I
people
agree.
people are just like, I don't want nobody to know my business. I was like, I could care less. Now, I'll say
Yeah.
this. I'm not trying to embarrass my husband on anything that I talk about in our marriage. It's for clarity, it's for healing, it's for growth, and it's for being transparent that I am a person in a marriage that, has its seasons too, like you said. So it's just, women, there's so much power in just living and walking your truth and sharing with people.
Yeah. Well, and going back to the
Mhm.
beginning, it is important to
Yeah.
share with people your story, things about
Mhm.
you. And what you
Mhm.
said at the beginning is there are those people that share too much and don't aren't allowing others to listen and that they're taking over the conversation. So there's a happy
Oh, I'm like, that's
medium.
a different, yeah.
There's
They
a
just being
happy
narcissistic.
medium happy medium there that I think here on the
Yeah.
podcast, we love when people share because just what you said, there's so much
Mhm.
healing for
Yeah.
them
Mhm.
verbalizing that and then people receiving that. The healing,
Mhm.
the awareness that goes to those listeners that they're not alone is tremendous. I think that's something we hear a lot of how
Yeah.
impactful some of those stories have been for
Yeah.
other people. So
Gotcha.
share your story so others can
Yes,
heal.
yes, 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 yes. And with the sharing your story, if it is hard to share your story, if you struggle sharing what's going on with you, that is a red flag to reach out to myself or Teresa
Yeah,
that you need some additional support. Because if you can't get through it without, pausing, crying, stopping, you need some additional support. So let us
yeah,
support you in that way.
yeah, yeah. We've got lots of tools to
Yeah.
help you grow through that, heal through that.
Mhm.
Because sometimes, just with my training, sometimes it is the heartache there, but other times it being quieted or being sent to a room to not use our voice when we're little or in other
Mhm.
situations. So we just need to
Mhm.
dive into that to
Yeah.
figure out if this is healing of your heart or sometimes it's some healing from past traumas that you don't even realize that you have, I would say.
Yeah, there's a
I
lot of
agree.
what they say maladaptive patterns that we pick up
Yeah.
in survival. And so you
Yes.
got to unlearn a lot of that stuff. And it takes practice and it's so hard. It's so hard, but so worth it. So worth it in the
Well,
end.
very much worth it in the end.
So, in keeping with our spirits of
Yeah.
doing better with all these things, we're going to have to wrap this up soon.
Yes. So thank you to the listeners who have tuned
Yes.
in today and those that have been with us the last year. And this is another episode that
Mhm.
you've listened to. For those that are just tuning in, go back to
Yes.
those episodes that we mentioned because we know that they will benefit you and you will enjoy them as much as we did sharing. So,
Yes, yes, definitely. And tell us which ones are your favorite. We want to hear from you all. Tell
oh,
us
yeah.
which one did you like the most? Which one did you not like? I mean, we'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you want to hear in 2026? Because we are willing to find those
Yes.
guests or Wayne and I are always open to new things to talk about. Let us know. We can
Yes,
talk
we
about it.
are.
All
All right,
right.
friends.
Thanks. See you next week. Bye bye.